Welcome to the Paris Airshow 2025. So welcome to the Paris Airshow 2025. There's tons to see here. So in this video we're going to take a look around and even get a tour of some of the aircraft like the Qatar 777. I won't stall for too long, so let's go ahead and go on a speed run and take a look at some of the aircraft that are here on the static display. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look inside of this 777.
Hello, welcome on board. Hello, so welcome on board the Qatar Airways Q Suite 777. So in this cabin, the first cabin, we do have 3 Q suites. As you can see there, we do have a presentation of our dine-in. You can see on the third one, it's actually with the bedding. So this is very famous for us, for couples, even a mother with a child, and it's very comfortable. After takeoff, we can place very comfortable beddings for you. We are partners with Diptyque. This is actually for male, and we also do have the female. So the female one is white, male is black. Inside, you will find many comfort items, such as socks, eye mask, face cream, hand cream, and here as well we have the perfume. It's a very nice one. If you want, you can try it. So actually this is the original Q Suite, but if you go to Universe you will see the new configuration. The Q Suite next generation, it's all touch base, no more buttons, all touch base, different features, many lights to play with. The seats are wider. We also have a safe. Also our business class, we call it first in business. So even the service, it's similar to first class.
Okay.
We have dine anytime, the concept of dine anytime a la carte. So you can choose whenever you would like to dine during the flight. Here is gonna be our menu card and the cellar. This is our award-winning cellar. It has all the different wines that we offer together with the meals. And here is our menu. Our menus are in Arabic and in English. So in this aircraft it's gonna be 42 seats in business class and 312 in economy. So this is gonna be the economy cabin. We do have 312 seats configuration, and we have first cabin, another second cabin. Here is the galley. So this galley operates for the first and the second cabin. And this is gonna be the last cabin, and we're gonna have another galley here, right here behind. So this galley will operate for
Just
the last cabin. Yes.
Oh, just the last cabin?
Exactly,
Okay.
the last cabin. Actually, we do have 4 galleys in this aircraft. 2 galleys for the business class, and 2 galleys gonna be for economy class.
Alright, now let's go and see what Jason's doing up here. Oh. But apparently not. Yeah, thanks Jason. Anyway, that was a quick look at the Qatar 777. Let's see what else we can find. So behind me is the Airbus A350-1000 that's been doing the flying display this week. At the time of recording right now, this is the Saturday, so the aircraft's now on a static display. The Emirates A350 used to be parked here. There's also the Airbus Racer, a helicopter that's capable of flying of speeds up to 240 knots, which is it's pretty insane really. That's really fast for a helicopter, so it's really unique. Obviously it has 2 props either side of the helicopter, so that's what helps it achieve those speeds, of course. But it's a really unique looking helicopter, and I believe it was revealed here at the Paris Air Show back in 2017. Alright, so up next is the Riyadh Air 787-9. Really, really nice looking aircraft. The livery looks absolutely stunning. And of course, they also have the Airbus A350-1000 as well. This airline hasn't taken off yet, but I think it'd be really cool to have some sort of social media coverage on this airline when they do eventually take off. So if you'd like to see that, then let us know in the comment section. Slowly making my way around the static display here at the Paris Air Show. As much as we would love to show you around every single aircraft that's here, that would be quite tricky because there's lots of them. And in this heat, it kind of makes it impossible. It's really, really hot out here. So we'll continue to show some of the aircraft that we think deserve a bit of screen time, just like this ATR-72.
So here we are inside the ATR-72-600. So this is the latest series that we sell and produce today at ATR. ATR is a leading regional manufacturer. We are a joint venture between Airbus and Leonardo, and our product is the ATR turboprop aircraft. So we have actually two variants of this aircraft, the smaller ATR-42, which can seat up to 50 passengers, and the larger ATR-72, which can seat up to 78 passengers. Here we are in fact inside an ATR-72, which will be delivered to the company Azul, operating already more than 40 ATRs in Brazil. Here what you see is a very standard cabin, so 72 seats, all economy, very great level of comfort for the passengers. We have very nice slim seats, very comfortable for the passengers, 18 inches intra armrest width, and a nice ergonomic design that allows having more space at the knee level. You will also notice that the cabin is very spacious, very luminous. So we have LED lighting, we have redesigned overhead bins with sliding doors, and that also contributes to the sensation of space inside the cabin. There's enough space for 2/3 of the passengers to store large standard size trolleys. So these perfectly fit in the ATR overhead bins.
So this is a brand new aircraft, and it's just about to be delivered to Azul, and it's very nice. It has that new aeroplane smell. One thing that really stands out to me is the seating. There's 29 inches of pitch, and as someone who's 6'1", there's still a really comfortable amount of legroom, which is really good, especially for a regional turboprop. There's plenty of space, which makes it really comfortable, and I'm very tall, and you can see my head isn't touching the ceiling, so that's always a win.
Okay, so here we are in the ATR 600 series cockpit. This is technology made by the French company Thales, and as you can see, it's a very ergonomic working environment for the pilots. So we have here 5 liquid crystal display screens and all the latest technology in terms of navigation capabilities. So Baro VNav, LPV, RMP AR0303, which allows this aircraft to fly actually precision approaches even in challenging environments and with challenging terrain. And so we have a modular architecture on this cockpit, means also that we are able to keep this cockpit up to date thanks to software updates. And so that's a great advantage when comparing to previous generation technology with physical modifications that were sometimes necessary. So that's it. It's really the point here as well. I mentioned ATR is a very versatile aircraft. The idea is to keep it independent, you know, being able to land even at airports where there's not a lot of ground infrastructure, such as ILS. Even, you know, despite that, this aircraft can perform those high precision approaches thanks to some of the technologies I just mentioned.
All right, so there's a look inside of the flight deck. First time in an ATR flight deck, so there you go. It's always a first for everything. Here at the front of the aircraft, there's also a cargo compartment as well. You can see just here, having to duck down just a bit, there's room for luggage at the front of the aircraft, as well as some space at the rear of the aircraft as well. Look at this funny looking plane, almost like the funny looking person that seems to be touching the back of the plane.
Oh, hey, Infinite Flight. I'm just doing a pre-flight check of my airplane right here. How are you doing, Dan? You look all dressed up.
Yeah.
You're like a big boy, man.
Yeah, thank you very
Good.
much. So, Nick, the show, have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, so I've made kind of the mistake of being here too long. The truth is, we are all very spoiled. Even on the channel, you know, on my channel, we're spoiled from Oshkosh, U.S. air shows.
Right.
But you are able to check out some planes. What planes have you checked out so far?
The Qatar 777,
Nice.
the ATR, the
Nice.
Embraer E195-E2 jet, the Prophet Hunter.
What's interesting is like these planes are kind of restricted now on like these days here, so you can only get in if you're like famous like you are. But something that was I wasn't able to get into the ATR, but something that was really nice was the Airbus tour. They do that every day at 4 p.m. for like press people, and that was actually my highlight as well. We were able to check out the A350 that has never flown passengers around before. You know, that just came from Toulouse, by the way. So we were the first passengers to board the A350, and we had a thorough tour with very, very, very kind flight attendants, you know, touring us around on the live stream, 500 people watching live. That was definitely my highlight. Are you going to do that now?
Yeah, I think it's our turn to take a look at the Emirates A350.
Oh yeah, you're going to enjoy that.
All right.
And also make sure to have a little bit of space for a few Emirates gifts.
It massages you?
Yeah.
The seat actually, I didn't know this, but the seat massages you.
You can just leave this on the whole flight if you want.
We're here until Friday, so you can be here.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, yep. I'll recline and stay here for the week.
No worries, no worries.
As a gift.
You have your own airplane now. The miniature of the A350.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate that.
Pleasure.
How cool. Now, during my airport adventure, I've just received news that apparently one of our community members will be able to get us inside of one of the Falcon jets here. So let's see if we can get inside and take a look around. Huge shout out to Oscar, one of our community members, for getting us on board the Dassault Falcon 8X. It's very luxury. You have the 2 couches here that can turn it into an entire bed, which is very nice. At the rear of the aircraft you have the cargo compartment, which is also pressurized. You can go in there in the middle of the flight and get bits if they need. Like the flight attendant can go in basically and get it. At the rear of the aircraft you also have the lavatory, and there's also an option to have a shower. This is a one-to-one mock-up of the Dassault Falcon 10X, and it's super nice. The cockpit is really, really modern, looks amazing. And the windows on this aircraft are huge. It's a very spacious cabin. I'm 6'1", and I still have a decent amount of headspace as well in this aircraft. All right, there you go. That was a quick walkthrough of the one-to-one cabin of the Dassault Falcon 10X. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take a look inside of the Dassault Rafale. This is cool. First time in a fighter jet cockpit. This is, I mean, I'd like to fly it. I think that'd be quite fun. What do you think, Cam?
I'd like to fly this.
So welcome to the A350 freighter exhibit here at Le Bourget in 2025. The purpose of this exhibit is to actually show the capabilities of the A350 freighter. This is the world's first new generation freighter, so I suppose the first point is that we consume, because it's a carbon fuselage much lighter than the freighters that are flying today, we consume about 40% less fuel compared to the current generation of freighters. So it's a big step forward in terms of logistics, sustainability, and the other factor that differentiates us is the size of the door. So basically on this wall you can actually see the actual size of the A350F, which is about 15% larger than the 777 and the 747 side cargo door. So what it allows us to do is to load a variety of outsize items, and that's why what we're demonstrating here. So with the video screen behind me, you can actually see these cargoes being loaded. So we're facing the back of the aircraft on the screen, and just to show you a very common cargo that today's airlines operate in the freight sector is aircraft engines. So aircraft engines up to the size here of the Trent 7000, which can be loaded in a one-shot maneuver. There's no need for repositioning it on the cargo loader, and that's the advantage of having the wider door. The other thing that this aircraft has in terms of advantage, product advantage, is a lower cabin altitude. So what's good for passengers are also good for live animal live animals that are being transported, but also with a new cargo loading system, which you can see on the floor here. It's got a digital start-stop feature, which avoids jarring. So the whole process is much more stress-free than the aircraft that you have flying today. The final assembly is going to be happening in the latter part of this year in Toulouse. So the actual fuselage sections are now in assembly around our sites. They'll be coming to Toulouse. So final assembly in the second half of this year, and then we've got the first flight middle of next year in 2026 of the first prototype aircraft, of which we'll have 2, and then entry into service in the second half of 2027. Very soon, and that's a great thing. This aircraft is real. We're basing it on an A350 passenger aircraft that has, as I said, 10 million flying hours, so we know the aircraft very well, and it makes really the perfect platform. So that's why we can confidently say that we will carry 111 tons and that we will have the range of about 4,600 nautical miles with that kind of payload. And the sizing is A350-1000 with 5 frames taken out of in front of the wing. So it's an aircraft that's slightly shorter but uses the same engines as the 1000, so the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-97, and also the same landing gear. But obviously then the floor is reinforced in order to allow these high pallet payloads, basically.
Well, what's the reason for the 5 frames being removed from in front of the wing?
It's a very good question. In fact, it's basically to size the aircraft for the market. So what we're aiming to do is offer the same volume on the A350 freighter as a 747-400 freighter. So that's 30 main deck pallet positions at about 700 cubic meters. We offer 5 tons more payload than a 777 freighter. So really we think that the A350 freighter is in a sweet spot in the market, and the key thing is that we can go up to this payload while burning about 40% less fuel and CO2 than consequently per ton of payload. So that's against a 747 and about 20% less than a 777 freighter, and that's thanks to the carbon composite fuselage, obviously the new generation systems and engines on the aircraft.
Infinite Flight booth. The thing we're showcasing this week at the Paris Air Show are Smints. No, they're not. This is the end of the show for us. It's been a busy week. We're wrapping up. This is the end of the show for us. It's been an exhausting few days. I've only been here for a few days, and the rest of the team's been here for the whole week. So I can imagine they're even more exhausted than I am. But yeah, this is what's left of the Infinite Flight booth. Hopefully, we'll be back in 2 years from now. On our way out, I thought I'd just give you a quick look around. This is sort of what it looks like inside of these exhibit halls, but they're very busy. There's a lot of them, they're huge. So lots of exhibitors here, tons of attendees, and of course a great static display and air show to top it off. So yeah, it's been a good week. Anyway, that's a wrap for Paris Air Show 2025. If you liked the video, then give it a thumbs up. And if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.